So, now
No,
we're live.
we're live now. We are here. It is Friday afternoon, and
Jazz hands.
is it?
Anyway,
It's a gorgeous Friday afternoon after a rather dreary morning, but
yesterday was
we're
dreary
back.
too.
We're back.
I know.
We're back in. I always have
We
to
keep
ask
saying
us.
that. It's like every 2 weeks we come. We're back.
Yeah, but we were actually here last week. So, and
Were we
who
here
are
last
you?
week?
Who are you?
I am mastering my own destiny. John ColderIce Lawson.
Oh God, that's some kind
That's
of mind
today.
meld stuff.
No, actually
Is that
not.
no? All right.
It really should have been, master of my own domain, but I messed up the line. Go.
Yeah, you're not Jerry Seinfeld, but I'm Brent Leary. That's how it's done, folks. All
It's
right.
an homage, man. It's an homage. It's one of my favorite episodes, and I'm just going through it, some replays, and that played today. So.
You know what? Play this.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. That's so funny.
Oh, let me see.
Oh.
Jeff Moore. He does not know me.
Hey,
He
Jeff.
must be talking to you.
He
I'll
does
just
know
say good
me.
afternoon, but he is talking to you with the millionaire
Jeff,
stuff.
great guy from the mastermind.
Oh, he's a mind
Get it
melder?
right. Don't say mind meld. It's a mastermind.
All right, whatever.
Anyway, what's up,
Good,
Jeff?
thank you for
Can't
joining
wait
us.
to see you in a couple weeks.
Oh, he's on stage?
No, we're having another mastermind meeting.
A club meeting?
Yeah, it's a private club meeting. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Private club meet.
Exactly.
I
But
remember
at any rate,
back in
I
the
don't
day.
want to get this photo, man.
Yeah. I mean, what was going on with you? Well, why did you have that look on your face? What
I
was
don't
happening?
remember. Was this Ramon's thing? Where was this at?
This is like something. I think it was from 2013 because this popped up.
2013. Wow.
This popped up on Facebook Memories, and it said from 10 years ago.
It's amazing how well I have aged compared to you. Wow.
All I know is I'm seeing gray in both of our beards now. It didn't seem to be that apparent back
Not
in the
at
day.
all. I know. You know what? What's really weird is I'll see people that black their beards, and I'll be like, that looks so fake. But now that I look at black beards from when that look fake. So, but I guess
Not mine, but
no. But I'm just saying, I was like, they are really that dark.
Well, but I just want to know. I look so peaceful. I'm at peace. I'm calm. You just swallowed a hemorrhoid or something. What was going on? You remember this at all?
I don't know. Where is it? You said 2013. I mean, that's 10 years ago.
I think it's like I think it's like Blog World Expo or something.
Wow.
I don't recall.
Really don't remember, but I do remember that shirt. So I only wore that shirt on special occasions.
Oh,
so
that was your special shirt.
Yeah, that was one of my special stage shirts. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, it looks like I'm.
Well, why did you? Why did you bring your? Why did you bring your special stage face? Because
no, it looks like I'm pissed because I have to sit next to you on stage. That's actually what it looks like. That's my caption. God damn! I got to sit next to him.
I'm serene. I'm calm. I'm cool.
You don't even look like you know where you are. It's like somebody just dropped you there.
See, because I don't get ruffled about that stuff.
But I can't believe I don't remember this show.
I don't either. But those chairs look look very comfortable.
Chairs that lets me know it's a little bit of a high end, but it could have been Ramon's show too.
It could have been.
It could have been Ramon's show.
Could have been. I don't know. Does he usually have good chairs like that?
I think this one year he might.
I think it was his show. Now that you mentioned it, I think it was.
Okay, there you go.
So the mystery has been solved, apparently.
Yeah, because you got on those stupid headphones.
Yeah, they weren't the best.
I know, right? It's funny.
He looks like he just got fish.
Okay. When, then or now?
I'm thinking, is he talking about me? I guess he's
Maybe,
talking about
yes.
me
He's talking about you.
because I do look rather cool and calm and all, and like I really don't know where I'm at, but yeah, all right. I didn't. I mean, that wasn't what I was doing. I'm just like that by nature. I'm cool. What can I say? I'm cool. But I do want to do this. I want to apologize.
For last week?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No, we're going to double down on
Oh,
last week.
no, we are not going to have a repeat of the same damn topic.
I'm going to apologize for, and this apology is because of another Facebook memory that popped up. It was this Facebook memory. This was 3 years ago.
When you were pretending like you knew how to play music, yeah.
Ain't no pretense going on here. This is me on the wheels of steel. And if you notice, this is actual vinyl. This isn't CDs. This is vinyl.
This is the worst DJ set I've ever had to sit
get the
through.
hell out of here. You were on the stage.
God.
You were grinning from ear to ear.
Oh my God. You know what?
Doing your
you know what's crazy? This was I knew it was the last night out before they closed. I knew it. I was like, before I left, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have fun, and this is the last time I'm gonna get out of the house. I knew it.
Hate is so ugly, folks. Just please, people, stay away from the hate.
What? No. I'm talking. What? A week later, we had lockdown.
Yeah, you did. So you trying to tell me that my DJ set was what put us all in lockdown?
No. Just when I see pictures from this night, I just remember, and I got a good picture outside, and I love the picture, but I remember in my head, I'm like, man, this might be the last time I'm get to be out.
Damn. How did you know that though?
I was doing the damn videos. Remember, I was deep into doing. Remember, what was it? What did I call it? The virus videos before the virus. Remember?
How were you doing the virus videos before the virus?
Because I was watching the virus in China from like Thanksgiving, and I did like weekly updates, almost daily updates for a while. And I was like, bro, this is not good.
All right. Well, let me get back to
get back to your story.
So
it's a story.
I posted this picture on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I said this was the last time I DJ'd, and it just so happens to be is the shutdown came directly after that. I didn't know.
Well, you said that too.
I was just joking, but what I would like to point out,
it's confirmation of what I was feeling.
No, but what I'd like to point out is that the overpouring of sentiment, the likes on the picture. So so what I figured is people must be sorry that I haven't been back out DJing. And God. It was confirmed by this comment by Martha, the best DJ in Atlanta. So I'm coming back, folks.
Oh my God. Really? This is a big commercial.
I left you.
Oh my Lord.
I left you.
I thought he had
but
a point.
It's time for me to come back. So, folks, never fear.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Brenton C is here.
Brenton C? Excuse me? Excuse me? This is the best DJ in Atlanta, folks. Brenton C, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Hey, come on. When we were doing our names back in the 80s, it was your first name and your middle initial or something like that.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know what? I am going to have to tax you for cultural appropriation.
How can you tax me for my own appropriation? I was back there.
That's how bad it is.
So never fear. I'm taking, maybe, if somebody wants to offer me a residency up in Vegas, I'm down with that. Or if you want me at your corporate event and you need an old school.
Man, excuse me. Let me take a drink because the thirst is real. Oh, he's thirsty.
If you need an old school DJ, old school hip hop house,
No.
Call
DJ
me up.
Cento is the best DJ in Atlanta.
Garth, your cousin Garth is in the
Garth,
house.
what's happening? I'm
I've
glad
not
to
seen
see
him.
you, man.
Garth, I'm
Garth?
just telling everybody. I don't know how you saw it. I'm coming back. There's been this pin-up
Oh
demand
my
for me to
God.
be a
Okay.
DJ to bring it back. So
All
I'm
right.
coming back.
All right,
Coming
great.
back.
Is that for real? Is that it? All right. Let's get to some good stuff. Get
I
some
thought
good.
it
Move
was,
on.
I
All
thought it
right.
was
Great
important.
opening beg. Next.
All right. I don't know about the beg part, but anyway.
Mhm. Oh my God.
All right.
Uh,
Let's get into it. So last week we talked about the social media and addiction, and you talked about it in terms of dopamine, and that was Friday.
yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Rock comes out with his live Netflix, which was really cool, I think.
I thought it was a brilliant.
I
I
thought it
mean,
was
to do it live.
to do it live and the way that Netflix set it up. Netflix has stumbled onto something
Yeah, you
that
might
they're
be
going to have to
right.
do.
You might be right. You might
It
be
was,
right. Wow. You're right.
hey, it was, it had people's attention in real time.
It was an event,
It was an event because they
right?
had a pre-show,
Yeah.
which was all right, but it was a
I
pre-show.
didn't see the pre-show. But
It had a
okay,
couple
but
of
I can see
comedians
the
on
whole
there.
they can get it all right at some
Yeah, they
point.
had
This
the
was a test.
pre-show,
I
and
like
I
it.
think JB Smooth was on the pre-show. I think Arsenio was on the pre. There's a number of comedians. It was actually pretty good. Had some clips like that.
Oh,
It had
okay.
this video collage of all these, all the celebrities wishing Chris well. It was really cool.
Right.
Really cool. Then he came on and he did his thing. I mean, that was like
It was
old
okay.
school.
It was okay.
Old school, blacker and dapper
It was
kind of
great.
Chris.
It was
It was
great.
really good.
It was
You could,
okay though. Here's the funny thing, right? You remember I saw him here, and he took out a whole segment of the show. He did some new stuff, and took out a whole segment that was absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
who isn't hilarious is Jeff Moore with this comment.
What?
A folk party.
Wow.
You better tell your boy.
I don't know if it might be, he didn't say an old folk party.
I don't care. Ain't no folk party. Ain't no
Maybe you
folk
could do
here.
a folk party. But don't get off topic here because this is good.
All right. Go ahead.
Don't get back. Because I really, there's a lot to unpack with the Chris Rock and even the way that they did it.
Yeah.
As an event, as something that you had to show up to.
It was
appointment. Like you did.
Yeah, it was appointment viewing. You know how my sister texted me and said that Chris Rock is coming on. I was like, what? And then I went to my Netflix app on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find it. So I literally had to use the link that she sent me and watch it on my TV on my phone. That's how I watched the whole thing in real time.
Wow.
And then
that sounds like
I went to Twitter.
That sounds like an error.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would much rather have the big screen experience. Then I went to Twitter and it was just blazing. I mean, people were talking about this stuff left and right. It was really interesting. And then they had, he did his like a little over an hour of, and it was nonstop. It was really cool. I know everybody was focused on the last 10 minutes. I thought the whole thing was really good.
Absolutely. But, I think, it was like once the last 10 minutes came on, I was like, okay, is that all they're talking about? Was this, because he did so many other things before that. But anyway.
Yeah. And then they had an after thing, a real time. And
did they?
It was like Dana Carvey and David Spade, because I guess they do.
I wonder what the rating was there.
I don't know, but it was actually pretty good because they also had JB Smooth and Arsenio, and they were, it was alive. Everything was live. It was like a watch party kind of thing. Netflix, and then I saw an article that said, and that show, they didn't really do a lot of promotion around that thing. It just kind of sprung up, if you ask me.
I didn't even know it was coming on until afterwards. I don't know, but I think I was in Vegas or something. I was in Vegas. That's what it was. 'Cause
Well,
I didn't know, but yeah,
so,
okay.
but even with the lack of promotion and it being it just showing up on a Saturday night, which
Uh-huh.
is not apparently the best night for Netflix and chill, it still, according to this article, still landed in the top 10 for the week for Netflix
Oh,
streaming
that's
wise.
great.
Yeah, and because people were trying to make it wasn't top 10 in the world, but this article made a point. It said, look,
Chris
this
Rock ain't
thing.
worldwide.
Well, it's not only that. Well, it's not that. It was more like it was just in the English language. There's no
Yeah, about
translation
to
going
say,
on.
that's what I mean. When you travel overseas, Netflix is completely different, you know? That's what I
Yeah,
was about to say, because yeah. So I mean, it's like they're not putting that live special on worldwide. They have an audience, they know where to put it.
yeah, Joy, I agree. What he was doing, see, his response is comedy, is stand up. So apparently he wanted to respond in his own way on his own time period, and getting Netflix to pay you $20 million to do that,
I mean, I
that
mean,
ain't bad.
I look, it was all concocted. I mean, let's put it, let's keep it real. I mean, it came on a week before the Oscars.
Of,
You know,
well,
he he,
it's
he
it was
knew
planned. It was
he knew.
planned.
Yeah, it was completely pre-planned. It's like, look, I'm going to come on TV live, and I'm going to get to say whatever the hell I want to say. You know, I
and
mean,
and most people given that opportunity would fall flat on their face.
I mean, abs- uh, for this, really, you think? No,
When you
not if
have
you're a
like,
professional.
nah, if you have you should have seen the talk. I mean, one of the things that I was looking out for after
Uh,
this was all the reaction videos on YouTube, and there are a ton. I mean,
uh,
that's the thing that Netflix probably, I don't know if they factor that in, but you have the
well,
real
you hope
time.
for it. You
Yeah,
hope
that's what
for
you
it.
hope for, and they got it. It's all
In
and then
spades. But I mean,
unknown
look,
people.
it was the biggest event of, arguably, that smack around the world was the biggest event of the year.
Well, yeah, I guess it was the biggest unexpected
I'm
real
just saying
time.
event, just the most talked
Yeah,
about event of the year.
yeah, and like Joy said, the fact that Chris didn't really say nothing until this, when
Well, he
everybody else.
actually said something when he was here live.
Well,
Like I
but
said, I saw him live. He did make a statement,
well,
but it
apparently
was the
he was
first
working.
statement.
He was working out his material though.
Right.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he did, this was like one of the last nights on a long tour. He was already on tour when he went to the Oscars. That's why right after the Oscars on the next night, he was doing this show. Remember that? So everybody's like, oh, he's going to talk about it. He didn't say anything about it. But it
Right.
was the next night. Was the next night or maybe 2 nights later? But it was close. So he's been going across the country doing the show. Um, and so he was well practiced.
Yep.
Um,
Well, that was these guys all do that. Like Eddie Murphy said, if he ever came back to stand up, he would have to spend like
Dude,
months, if not a year, in the
I
clubs
think
getting his chops together.
exactly. You got to.
And that's what Chris was doing
But
because he had
that's what kills me about this thing, that he took out the whole Trump part, which was absolutely amazing.
Well,
Absolutely
apparently he
amazing.
took some stuff out. Like he had some stuff when he was talking about Meghan Markle and the Queen and the
I
royal
think
family.
that was
Apparently,
part of that was part of the attention syndrome. I think that was part where he's talking about attention, where this
well,
quote
this
comes
is
from.
so this is out of all the stuff he said, and like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. After this is coming directly the day after we had our discussion, and he says this: the biggest addiction in America is attention, and we had just gotten done talking about this. We can't get enough attention. We used to want love. Now all we want is likes.
Or a DJ position. One of the
It
two.
yeah, it's to me the very nice way of crystallizing our whole conversation from. But then, let's see if I got this next. So, just this week,
Oh,
they're having these congressional hearings on the weaponization of of whatever, I don't know, social media, and they're doing these hearings on the Twitter files, and
Okay.
they're trying to grill these two reporters that apparently Elon Musk handpicked to hand over the stuff about what he found after he became, the owner of Twitter, and about how, the previous uh, ownership, or leadership,
Uh,
was allowing Twitter basically to favor, I think it's like liberals over conservative thought or something like that. And they basically found out that, after a deeper dive into this, it really wasn't the case. In fact, it felt like conservative voices were getting more, airtime, so to speak. And so this is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She's a congresswoman in Florida. She was doing some grilling of her own, but then she said this: hypocrisy is the hangover to the addiction of attention. Which I was like,
I don't understand it.
I don't quite understand what she was going for,
Oh,
because,
okay. Because I'm like, what the hell? Okay, I thought it was just me. I'm like,
well,
but I
so
don't
a
totally
little
understand it.
back up a little. So one of the people that she was grilling is Matt Taibbi. He was the one, apparently one of the two that Elon Musk handpicked to turn over to feed the reporter so that he can write about this. And so what she is saying is, you made a statement previously that if a reporter relies on the source giving them the information, feeding them the information, then you can't trust it. And she said, wasn't that exactly what Elon Musk did to you? Didn't he handpick you to feed you the stuff to write about, in which you wrote
So
about?
she's interviewing that guy. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
And in turn, didn't you become famous because of that? And
Okay.
that's when she said to me, this is a form of hypocrisy that the hangover causes due to the addiction of attention. You became famous because you did something that you said you shouldn't
I don't
trust.
know, but I think I don't know, but whatever. I can't follow you.
No, I
However,
actually kind of got it, but I wouldn't say hypocrisy is the hangover to the addiction of attention. That's almost like hypocrisy is, I don't know.
well,
It's not.
no, here's the deal. Here's the problem with this statement. The problem with the statement is a hangover only comes after you get off the drug. So I don't know anybody that's on the attention drug that has gotten over it for her to be able to say
Well, I don't think.
hypocrisy is the
Yeah,
hangover of it.
I don't think hypocrisy is the hangover, because
It just
hypocrisy
doesn't.
is
I
one
mean,
of
I'm just saying the statement itself
hypocrisy.
doesn't make sense.
No, I didn't say it made sense. I'm just
Hell no.
saying. If I would have said it, wouldn't have been hypocrisy is the hangover. It's almost like to the addiction of attention. I would say it's almost like stupidity
Yeah, I would go with
is the
stupidity
hangover.
somewhat. I would probably go a little bit with a loss of respect. For me, comes with
Yeah.
when I see people that are actually addicted to the attention, I kind of lose respect for them. But and here's the deal: that doesn't just go along with the addiction of. Let me put it like this: the addiction of attention is not new in humans.
Of
Okay,
course not.
right. Well, I'm just want to make the point. I'm not trying to, argue this. But what is different is the access to tools that will get you attention. So before you had to have some talent to get some attention. Before you had to know how to act to get some attention. Before you had to go through a lot of doors and maybe some couches to get attention. You know what I'm casting couches to get attention. You had to have talent to get attention. You had to play the best to get, you see what I'm saying? You had to do a lot to get attention before. Today, You don't have to do much. You could just be on a podcast talking
Well,
knuckleheads like we. But you know what
to
I'm
a
saying? But if people have the ability to get attention, they get addicted.
well, to a certain. So I would say that attention has been democratized to a certain point, to a certain
Absolutely.
extent, and that it depending
Yes.
on what you think is a lot of attention. I mean, some people do this and think having 5 people is a lot of attention, and maybe
Mhm.
that does it for them. That maybe that gives them what they're needing. Maybe that fulfills that dopamine rush that you were talking about. But in the big scheme of things, it ain't all that great. It ain't all that much. Now, there's still a very few
See,
people.
I disagree with that.
All right.
I really look, if one person is paying attention to you, you got to be grateful to that. You know what I'm saying? Because there is I don't see this expansion of reach to necessarily be you're more important. I disagree with this whole thing. Hey, I got X amount of followers. That doesn't make you more important than the guy that got five
I never
followers.
said it did,
I know.
but
I mean,
see,
I'm
that's
not.
just
Yeah, I'm
me.
not. We're on the
How
same
many
side.
people? But
We're on the same side.
How many people lead with how I have so many X and X amount of followers?
A lot. I mean, because
A lot of them.
I
I
mean,
couldn't tell you because I never talk about
it
that stuff.
depends.
I
It
don't know.
depends. Okay.
When's the last time you hear me talk about I've got short?
Well, I mean, not the
Because
followers, but you were bragging on vinyl. It's just the
yeah, that's
same
because
shit.
I got skills.
But whew. But you know what I'm saying? It's just this. It's I think it's just important to recognize that people are important, and just one person is important. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm not saying I don't want to get into a philosophical discussion about this because
Yeah,
that's obviously true. But
it's obviously true.
when it comes to people, if somebody goes on social media and posts something and gets one like,
Uh-huh.
people have killed themselves because of that kind of nonsense.
They would kill
Because they
themselves for
didn't get
one
enough.
like.
Why didn't I get enough
Yeah, yeah,
likes?
yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't I
You
get
know what?
5
Now I think like literally
Matter of
because
fact,
I'm gonna.
hold that thought. I want to play this clip real quick,
Oh,
and then
okay, all right.
it kind of feeds into. This is a clip from a recent conversation with Kara Swisher interviewing Mark Benioff, the Salesforce CEO and founder, co-founder, in which she's asking him a question about a statement he made. He does he still think of social media companies as cigarette companies? It's so this is the addiction theme coming
Okay.
continue on.
Of social media as a cigarette company.
I think in those social media companies, you can see that that was a struggle for a long time. I think when we first started having the conversation, they were taking a long trip up the river to Nile. And I think today, they're a lot more snap back into those things. I think you understand it probably much better than I do. All right, I'd love to hear what your commentary is. Do you think that they've
I think
changed
their
and
business
transformed?
model's collapsing, and Congress is zeroing in finally, maybe not effectively, but I think the jig is up, and so they have to find a new thing. I don't think they're doing it out of the kindness of their hearts.
What's the one thing you think that those media companies need to do now that they're not doing?
I think they should pass antitrust legislation, privacy legislation, and they need to be more transparent about the impact they're having on our society. I think they should get out of the editorial business because they just get sucked up into it and stuff. Lots of stuff.
And how do you think
And get out of the advertising business the way they are. Anyway, there's lots
What
of
do you think is going to happen with the Supreme Court and their decision?
on 230? They're going to leave it in place. You could listen to them.
And do you think that'll be a seminal moment?
Leave it in place? No, it was a bad case. There'll be other cases. We'll see. You could hear the
Okay.
judges.
There's so much to this addiction thing, and I hadn't thought about them as these social media networks.
Hold on. Hold that thought. But
Okay.
can we talk about the shoe? Oh
Oh,
my
the shoe game
God.
was nice, wasn't it?
You know what? I am such a low top person, and everybody got high tops, high tops, high tops. Man, those shoes.
He was
Mark,
rocking some nice shoes.
Mark, awesome. Okay, now we can continue.
Now that we got the important stuff out of the
Yes,
way.
exactly.
the themes is just keeps tying through this addiction theme, and it feels like the protections that Kara Swisher was talking about sound great, but I don't think the addict wants them. I think the addict is too far gone with the need for the attention, that anything that could potentially impact the
I
likes,
can't,
I don't know if people will go for.
I can't speak to somebody that grew up in this environment, because if that's the water you swim in. So here we go. We have a whole new generation of digitals that are coming into the marketplace, and they're missing some of the skills to understand the now and be in the now, because they're always trying to craft how to take the now and present it, for social media later. It's a weird concept. But anyway, for people like us that's gone through it, or we see the growth of it, I think it's very it's become apparent to me that it's not going to go anywhere, and I don't see these guys getting out of advertising, because the advertising is very important to the commerce of the United States. So I don't see anything being able to that would really disrupt a lot of business. So you got to follow the money, and I just can't see that happening.
Not only will it disrupt a lot of business, it will disrupt the attention connection that these people apparently are addicted to.
Let's be clear too, bro, that every time you look at your phone, there's 1,000 people looking back at you trying to figure out what to show you next.
Because they want to sell you something.
They want to sell you something. They want to get you addicted to their stream.
Well, because if they get you addicted, there's more likelihood
then they can sell you something.
Or they can leverage your data into opportunity
or something
to
else.
monetize your data.
Yeah, so they can use you. I mean, the addiction is to the benefit. The addiction is to the benefit of the drug dealer, never to the benefit of the user.
Short-term
freaking
benefit.
Good, man. Anyway,
short-term benefit feels like it feels like a benefit to
let's
the addiction.
put it like this: if you're making 10 million on social media, it's like football. No matter how much you're making, the guy that owns the team is making more because he's paying you. So there's nobody's beating their system. That damn system works.
Well, but see, do you have to beat it, or just be able to live within it and capitalize?
You gotta play along.
Because let's face it.
I mean,
a lot of let's talk about it in this context of sports. You've got millionaires playing the game, but billionaires are the ones that run the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But the millionaires can be happy because they're millionaires still. You don't have to. Look, if I could have been a $1 million athlete, I'd be okay, because eventually, I would think, knowing myself, I would save a lot of money, and then I'll be able to do whatever I wanted to do after I couldn't play anymore.
I mean, that's a trickle down nature. And so what I'm saying, I mean, which kind of is the point, is that the government needs these entities, and I don't see them regulating them to the point where they're not going to be able to conduct business.
Well, it feels like at the moment, the one that they're all gunning for different reasons is TikTok.
Oh, no, that's done. Oh, is that what we're talking about? No, TikTok's done. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to make a prediction. TikTok, here's the thing. You know how they got to prove that they did something? TikTok is a thing that they'll do to prove that they did something.
Well,
TikTok is going to be the victim. And it's for a whole nother reason too. TikTok is done. TikTok, y'all build your TikTok empire. Use it for what you can. I don't know if it'll be here in 2024 Christmas. I don't
All right.
I don't think it will.
Let's play this out, because there's a lot of, well, in the big scheme of things, it's a very small percentage of people, but even a small percentage of 100 million is a lot of people. So what happens to all these people that have found a way to make a significant amount of money on TikTok if government comes in and says, sorry, US is banned in the US? I mean, TikTok is banned in the US. What happens? What happens?
First thing that happens is Zuckerberg pops one of his best bottles of champagne. That's the first thing that happens. Okay. The next thing that happens is attention will shift. Just like it shift. TikTok came out of nowhere. Right? TikTok came out of nowhere. The attention came out of nowhere, and to nowhere the attention will return. Wherever it was, it'll go back to that. There'll be some uproar, there'll be some bitching, but guess what? 6 months from now, we won't even remember what the screen looked like. It's replaceable. TikTok is replaceable. It's not like America needs TikTok. That's why I think they will get rid of it. They will say, hey, we've done something about bad social media. You know, they'll put some little restrictions on some things. But Facebook, IG, Twitter will go on doing what they do.
Well, the only real thing those companies all have going for them that TikTok doesn't is they're not owned by a Chinese operation, because that's why they're going to get TikTok.
Exactly. It's so easy to get rid of TikTok is done. You know what TikTok means? That's the clock you're hearing for that shit to be gone.
But
I really believe that.
But it's not for the reason of cleaning up or saving anybody.
Nope. You know what? They should have. Who wanted to buy TikTok? Walmart. They should have sold.
There was some thought that Oracle might buy it.
It was Oracle and Walmart. I think those two were the.
Yeah, that's right. There was sort of a tag
standing, and I was like, they should have sold. I thought back then they should have sold. You know, but there was issues right then and there. And then they kind of cleaned up. We're moving the servers to the U.S.
Well, there's supposed to be a wall. Well, there's a U.S. operation, and they were supposedly going to put all the
U.S. data over here in the U.S. Yeah,
but like the folks over in China couldn't access it still.
China can seize any corporation that it wants to. By the way, I still don't know where the owner of Alibaba is. I still don't know where he is. Okay.
He ain't in China.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know I heard he got out of China, but his family's still there. So he's still like, do you see what I'm saying? So there's no way that we should have an American app being owned by Chinese manufacturer. It's just not good. It's not good.
Well,
China regulates every freaking thing.
Yeah, that's the issue.
All of the American stuff in China is totally regulated. It should be the same here.
Well, the Chinese government has access to anything that Chinese folks have going. So that's the biggest problem from the U.S. standpoint. Nothing is safe.
There's no Google in China. Well, there is, but not really.
But they're not headquartered there. They don't. I don't know if they got any actual infrastructure in the country.
I'm telling you, man, it's not good. Not good at all. You've been to China. You know how tight.
I have not been to China. I don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't been to China? Oh, dang! I thought you'd been to China.
Oh,
okay. I seriously thought you. Okay, but anyway,
furthest I've been is India.
China's a very interesting place, but it is definitely don't get out of line. Because we're watching everything you do. So
right. I want to play another clip. Completely different subject.
Flip it up. Pass the mic.
Yeah, here we go.
I think you do just as well with drunk tweeting.
Oh, wait a minute. What the heck?
But honestly, I think you're
What is
just as
today's
well with drunk
subject?
tweeting.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to play this one.
With drunk tweeting.
Stop. All right, let me try this one.
My last word on that. This crowd is
Well, I think we are in a threshold moment for artificial intelligence, and I was kind of joking, but it's true that I think that pretty soon we will say something like, we'll be at home or we'll be on the phone, and we will say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm just using that as an agent, send me a transcript of this conversation I just had with Kara and summarize it to my email and text now, and it's always listening to what's going on. I think that we're not that far away, and where there is a device, a commodity device that is on our ceiling or on our floor that's maybe moving around or following us, or maybe that we're wearing, like the Humane device, that is like paying attention to what we're doing and trying to augment our experience. And that is a new moment. I think AI is not completely there. We can all see that ChatGPT is exciting, but we all have seen what the boundaries are.
Sure.
As well. It's also, ChatGPT is the ultimate plagiarizer, right? All of the things that it's learning, it got from somebody else.
Right.
So its boundaries are the boundaries of the content that it's trying to grab. That said, we've seen incredible advancements in AI in the last decade, machine learning, deep learning. Now we're seeing generative AI. It's going to continue. And this is something that's going to require incredible innovation, growth. It's going to transform how all of us work and live. I mentioned my V2 mom that I just have been writing with my employees. I've been using AI to kind of help me to do that. I think it will augment our human experience, and that, I think, is probably the most optimistic, positive part of it. There's probably a lot of dark parts of it as well that you've articulated very well in the past.
Well,
we don't need to go there.
Go there.
Do we? Don't we? Is that
Do we? Don't we? What's the question?
is the picture that rosy?
What's the question?
The impact of generative AI, all the stuff we talked about.
What about it?
Is this really going to happen? Is this generative AI? Because it's what everybody's talking about right now.
Okay, but I mean, everything has its moment, and this is that moment, right? We're not going to talk about it like forever. Something else is going to come up. Kim Kardashian's going to show her ass, and we'll talk about that. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's ChatGPT. For people that don't know, is on ChatGPT 3. ChatGPT 4 is probably coming out next week, from what Microsoft said.
It's just one flavor of generative AI.
Right, but it's showing the timeline is like way in the past. I mean, this has been going on for a long time. Humans are just getting access to it, but it's not new.
Well,
yes, it's
OpenAI made it.
It's moving forward because of people got more access to it.
It was what do they call that?
That's why it's open.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
they have, trust me,
open source.
If this is open AI, what the hell is closed AI look like?
Well, you're seeing that because that's what the big enterprise company. Yes, you are. Look, just this week, HubSpot came out with HubSpot. What do they call it? Hub's chat post or something like Chat Spot.
Yeah, they came out with that. Chat GPT.
Microsoft is put the full court press on it, and they are layering their own Azure OpenAI on top of AI. So you get OpenAI. OpenAI is generic, it's free, and then it's being used by other companies to build their own custom, more focused stuff. And that's where the premium comes in. And that's why you see Salesforce just announced Einstein GPT this week. HubSpot just announced Chat Spot, I think is what it is. Microsoft has been announcing stuff for the last couple of months, really. And they are all kind of using the foundation of the free stuff to build the stuff that will actually, be the premium that companies are going to want. Because as good as the open source OpenAI is, in order to really make it monetize it, you're going to have to enrich it. It's almost like uranium. You know, it's not any good unless you have the ability to enrich it, and then it becomes something that could be very dangerous or very good. Most folks aren't going to know what to do with Chat GPT on its own, or what it's built on. It's the ability to take it and do something with it and focus it to an audience that makes it what all these companies are hoping it'll be.
I don't know, man. Okay. It's great. I like it. I think it's fantastic. It's a great tool.
I didn't think it was fantastic, all the the parlor tricks, but now I'm seeing the use case that he said, and I've heard this use case. When you talk about CRM, I'll tell you why I think there's a chance. CRM is notoriously one of the
what? I don't. What's the end goal here?
Let me finish, and I'll tell you why. CRM is an application that's been around for 30, 40 years at this point, though 30 some odd years at this point. And it originally it was meant for salespeople to be able to kind of track their contacts.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I get it, bro. Okay,
let me finish, please. Will you let me finish?
No, I can't. I don't have time. I don't have time. We got.
Well, you don't.
But I'll mute you.
I will mute you if you don't let me finish.
God, Jesus. Yes,
it's
continue.
Been year after year, but
I just don't need the history. Get to the point.
CRM has turned into like a $50 billion.
The internet used to be a
$50 billion annual business.
Would go beep, and then it would. Come on, tell me.
Forget it.
I get it. Just give me the end.
Well, I'm going to give you the end. All right. I'm giving you the end right now. If I can't finish this story, we're done for this episode.
Just shorten the story.
The reason that I was going into that is CRM is a $50 billion industry. Salespeople hate using the stuff, and yet they still buy it. And the reason they hate it is because they don't want to be sitting around typing and clicking and putting information in. This is the first thing that I've seen that makes it look like they'll be able to actually talk to their application.
Fantastic.
And
yes, absolutely.
So I was trying to get to that.
I know, but why do you just say, "Hey, I think ChatGPT
and this is the
going
first
to really help us
to
use our voice to talk to apps,
and not just to talk
to them,
not just to talk to them to do like both
conversation
nonsense stuff, but actually deep things where it's not just one call and one response, but like a full-blown conversation, a back and forth.
Absolutely,
and that is something that I haven't seen. And it didn't look like it was on the horizon until like 5 or 6 months ago.
I mean, everybody talked about it when the first,
No, they talked about it, but it was bull. It was just.
Well, I know that, but this could be bull too.
It could be,
I'm not saying
feels like this is different.
Actually, I just got access to Bing, today, and so I've been playing around with Bing, and literally, you talk to it, it talks back.
Yeah.
So I do like that.
It's also, like I said, if you're doing, you're trying to build a marketing campaign and you need to try to pull all this data together in order to try to figure out. But before you would have to do like SQL queries and go. Now, if you're able to literally just talk to it and have not just I have a request and you bring me back but a back and forth that takes over a number of interactions, and it brings you the final result.
That's the thing I'm trying to get through when I teach, and I've been teaching ChatGPT for the last couple of weeks, right? And I'm like, don't get stuck in this programming mode. Just talk to it. It'll figure out what you're trying to say. And people are starting to get that. Everybody's stuck on, well, what prompt did you use? And I'm like, I mean, I get it. That's going to be a new thing, prompt, prompt engineering, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, this is kind of like, just talk to it. That's the prompt, But
a lot of these folks are already trying to figure out how they can be viewed as general AI experts and
I
stuff
mean,
like that. So
hey,
they're gonna.
we need people to help other people. I get that. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, we
But
need
I think
people to
people
help
are
other people.
overcomplicating the actual the reason that this thing is here is to be able to understand natural language. You know, NLP is the first part. We got the first iteration of this
Well,
with
there's
the speaker device. Okay.
well, there's
Now,
natural language.
well, wait, let me finish. Can I
Well,
finish my
you're leaving out
story?
the natural language understanding part. There's multiple pieces to that puzzle, and a lot of people just kind of skip over, and focus on the thing that everybody's talking about. But there are these building blocks that led up to that. So you had the natural language,
And
processing.
there's building block. Here's the other thing. There's building blocks to go. So when
Oh,
people
yeah.
sit, here's my problem. When people sit and talk about where it's going, you don't know.
Nobody
None of us
knows.
know where it's going,
No,
right?
like you said, the
But it's a
building
move
blocks.
forward.
The building blocks are what everybody is using, but everybody's going to be
Doing it
building
now.
different stuff.
And we're doing it now.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's been. Let's face it, Amazon and Google.
No,
Everybody.
did you see Facebook's?
No, I haven't seen theirs yet.
Oh man, Facebook got a thing where it tells you can take a still image and make it move, or you can talk to it and it'll make a movie, and that's what ChatGPT 4 is supposed to be doing as well. But I mean, and it's still in beta, and I tried to get in, and I couldn't get in. But at any rate, it's like make a movie by Meta. But at any rate, here we are. ChatGPT is very, very amazing. It's a great tool. It's going to save so much time. It's leveling up. We're all getting ready to level up simply because of access to OpenAI.
Yeah,
All gonna level up.
OpenAI is the company. ChatGPT is their product.
Yep.
Generative AI is the
Actually,
actual
no.
product.
GPT is their product, right?
Well,
No,
yeah,
no.
but everybody.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
No, it's
Okay.
ChatGPT is theirs.
Yeah.
It's
ChatGPT somebody else. I mean, GPT is somebody else's product.
The stuff that that is built. All this stuff is large language models, generative AI, and that's the more general terms for this stuff. ChatGPT is a flavor of that stuff that OpenAI is offering.
But there's other stuff out there.
Absolutely,
that's what people don't see. I mean, when you got the voice synthesizers, right? The deep fake. That's a whole nother AI. It's not. There's other things going on, like you just said. Einstein's coming out. All of these companies have been working on their own Chat GPT or their own GPT. They've all been working on it.
Yeah, their own generative
OpenAI came out with their open version of it. ChatGPT put theirs on top of that, and it made it really accessible to the public. So I'm telling you, there's shit going on in the dark rooms that we don't even know about.
No, we're too busy still trying to get likes.
Matter of fact, hey, like this page if you like these topics. Give Brent some hell because he spent way too much time telling his story. And then way too much time. You big storytelling ass. You're going to be a great grandpa one day.
I'm going to be getting out on the road. I'm back, folks. I'm back.
Oh my
I should
God.
put the picture back up. You will be seeing this at a club near you.
A club? Oh, you doing clubs now?
Well,
you ain't going out. You are not going out.
Anybody want some old school 80s, 90s hip hop house? Old school techno like Kraftwerk?
So sad.
I'm back. Isn't that what Rakim said? Guess who's back?
Anyway,
you can call it a comeback too. Anyway,
don't call it a comeback. This will be his first time out. Good luck.
Well, you said DJ Cento is
Cento. Nah, he's great, man. I love Cento.
All right.
He's a move maker.
So, are you around next week?
I am.
We might have to do it at
until
5:30.
until 5:30 next week.
Yeah, because I got a call at 5. But
Okay. Well, as long as we let the
that
folks
should
know,
give me time to wake up. You know.
I'm ready to go to sleep right now, bro. You know it. I'm so ready to go take a nap.
Hey man, it's a beautiful day out there.
It's okay. It's okay.
It got nice.
I mean, man, it's been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were great.
Oh yeah, they were in the 70s.
They were insane. And I hear that March is going to be colder than February.
Really?
That's what they say, man. You know?
I think I'll be in Vegas a couple of times.
Bro, I told you about Vegas, didn't I? We didn't even talk about Vegas.
Oh, you did your
I just came back from Vegas. It was freezing in Vegas. It was freezing. My God, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I literally had to have on a jacket and a hat everywhere I went at night.
But weren't you basically inside the whole time?
You go out at night.
Oh, okay.
And you got to get into a cab.
Oh,
but you know what? Here's the one thing about it, though. It was nice enough to walk around. So, normally you got to ride everywhere. You can walk around now. But anyway, it was crazy.
Did you catch up to Small Biz Lady?
Didn't we talk about? I told you, bro. They offered me $1,000.
Oh, that's right.
$1,000.
So in other words, you just skipped out on your friend.
I'm calling her as we speak.
Well, you need to call her and let her know that you're going to take her out for a really expensive dinner because of the stunt you pulled.
I didn't pull a stunt. I couldn't make it.
You couldn't make it.
Somebody needed my bro. Somebody needed my seat. I was helpful.
Oh yeah.
I made sure somebody else made it to their destination on time.
$4,000.
I inconvenienced myself for
$4,000
of others.
$4,000.
$4,000.
So you can take her to a really good meal. I mean,
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
All right. And on that note,
deuces, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, even though
I'm back. Oh no, I better not do that.
Yeah, don't please stop.